Back here at picturesque Winter Holder Field, just a few short miles away from the bustling metropolis of downtown Upland, Indiana. It's our third and final game of day one of the Upland bracket. It's the 5-seed Bryan Lions who defeated Columbia earlier today against the top seed in the bracket and the top seed in the country, the Southeastern Fire, and Parker Cosby leads the ball game off with a single, a little flare to right center field. Drew Gillespie, the starter, 6'1" graduate right-hander out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, transferred into SEU out of the University of New Mexico. A 9-0 overall record. He starts his 15th game, appears in his 15th as well. Has an ERA of just a shade over 3, but a leadoff single here for Cosby. Brings the center fielder Darwin Gregg. He sends it to the left side. Sam Fay stops it at third, knocks it around, throws it over to first, safe in time. And the first two men have reached base safely here as the 5-seed Bryan College, coming off that thrilling 3 wins in 24 hours to get into the national tournament, comes out swinging here to start things off against the number 1 Fire of Southeastern. Back-to-back singles here off of Gillespie. Luis Cabrera is his catcher. Sam Faith, the third baseman. Isaac Nunez is the shortstop. Jose Marcano is the second baseman. First one to Mark Thornhill is a ball. Stephen Cullens, the first baseman. Brian Fuentes, one of the top players and top candidates for Player of the Years in left. Thomas Broyles in center. And Abdel Guadalupe is the right fielder here for the Fire. They're in the white uniforms with the black numbers and the black letters. Beautiful breaking ball in for Gillespie. It's called for strike 1 to Thornhill. Southeastern comes in 51-3 on the season, 22-2 out of the Sun Conference. They defeated St. Thomas in the Sun Conference Tournament Championship. Fastball at the knees, taken for strike number 2. Gillespie 6'1", 190 pounds. Head in the count, 1-2 to Thornhill. 2 on, nobody out. Thornhill checks his swing, it's low, and that's ball 2. Bryan winners earlier today, 15-9 over 4-seed Columbia. In our second game, saw Northwestern Ohio, the 2-seed, defeat the 3-seed and the host Taylor. So UNOH will get the winner of this game tomorrow at 3:30. The loser of this game will play tomorrow night at 7 p.m. 2-2, first two men have reached on with singles. Gillespie comes home. Fastball, he blows it right past the swinging Thornhill. There's the first out on a big strikeout for the righty Gillespie. And here's Bass Cooper, the first baseman. Batted primarily as a lefty against Columbia earlier today, did Cooper. 6'4", switch hitting first baseman out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Gillespie deals in a first pitch strike. 1 out, 2 on here in the top of the first. And our third and final game here from Upland, Indiana. The righty Gillespie comes home. The runners stay where they are. Off speed this time, and Cooper watches it sail in for strike number 2. Cooper a .319 average as the day began today. And then time is called, granted to the catcher Luis Cabrera. Gillespie nods up and down like a bobblehead. Ahead in the count, 0-2. The pitch home. Backing out of the way is Bass Cooper. It's ball number 1. Cooper made the shift from third base over to first base this season after Bryan had a lot of graduation from their team that went to the national tournament a season ago. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on. Foul to the right side. And the count stays at 1-2. Daniel Dryden, the shortstop, is on deck. Bradley Prince to follow, top of the first. First game of the tournament for SEU. Second one of the day for Bryan. Cooper chases up high. He went around in a big way. Doesn't like it. but chased the upstairs fastball after giving up back-to-back singles to lead off the game. Gillespie's gotten back-to-back swinging strikeouts, and they're 2 gone for Daniel Dryden, the shortstop, with no score here in the top of the first. 2 on, 2 out for Dryden, the shortstop, and it's a strike in from Gillespie. Dryden, 6'1" sophomore out of Nashville, Tennessee. Bounced around a couple different defensive spots in game 1 against Columbia to start the tournament off. Breaking ball finds the outer half. Good placement from Gillespie. He goes ahead 0-2. Cosby and Gregg jumped on 2 first pitch offerings from Gillespie, got singles out of it. Everyone else that's seen more than 1 pitch has suffered a strikeout to the right-hander Gillespie. 0-2 home. Off the end of the bat, fouled, and we stay alive. With Daniel Dryden here at the plate. Bryan in the road red uniforms with the BC line logo across the front in white lettering, white numbers on the back. Southeastern, the home off-white uniforms with the black numbers and the black letters and numbers and the red trim. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for the shortstop, Daniel Dryden of Bryan College, the Lions out of the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Gillespie takes his time, a little bit of extra gusto on that. The infield of Southeastern thought it was strike 3. Checking his swing was Dryden. There's ball 1. Sun casting, as it sets off to our left, casting long shadows. Runners go. Ball hit to the left side. Third baseman Faith Fields throws it across to first, and it's snagged by Stephen Cullen for out number 3. Gillespie able to work around. Back-to-back singles lead the inning off. No score after 1/2 inning. Southeastern comes to the bat next for the first time here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Gillespie able to work around. 2 singles to lead the inning off. The top of the first. Now here's the top offensive team in the country. #1 in the bracket and #1 in the country, the Southeastern Fire, with Thomas Broyles also wearing #1, leading it off. Bouncer up the right side. Fielded, scooped, thrown on to first. Nicely done by Dante Morton, the second baseman, the speedster, 1 in red. Retires his #1 wearing counterpart. One up and one down here for SEU. Abdel Guadalupe, Brian Fuentes, Gary Laura, Jose Marcano, Isaac Nunez, Luis Cabrera, Stephen Cullen. Actually make it Sam Faith and then Nunez, then Marcano to round out the batting order tonight here for Southeastern. The man on the hill is Cameron Harvey. For the Bryan line, 6'4" sophomore lefty out of Statesboro, Georgia. Leads the team in strikeouts. Big man is the lefty on the hill. Did not list his weight, but it is Harvey, a well-built frame at 6'4". Ball and a strike here to Guadalupe, the right fielder. He's out of Puerto Rico, transferred in from Broward College. Lefty versus righty matchup, and Guadalupe underneath, and he fouls it straight back. A ball and 2 strikes. A high skyscraper up the left field line. Foul territory. It's caught by the shortstop, Daniel Dryden, for the second out here in the bottom of the first. Southeastern trying to make it back to the World Series for the 4th straight season. As they make the trip north here to Indiana. One of their 3 losses this season have come to a team from Indiana. That's the Indiana Tech Warriors from about an hour north of here in Fort Wayne. 2 outs for the left fielder, Brian Fuentes. Who knows this state of Indiana very well. Not only spent 2 collegiate seasons down south in Terre Haute at Indiana State University, but also played a summer of baseball at the summer league team for the Kokomo Jackrabbits, about 55 minutes west of here. 2-0 to Fuentes, when he was still a member of the Wabash Valley College JUCO team. Then went and played a year ago for ISU, where he tore it up for the Sycamores. Swing and a miss for the senior out of Venezuela. 2 balls and a strike, nobody on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first for number 1 Southeastern against number 5 Bryan. Harvey out of the stretch, the 2-1 home. Blows a fastball by the swinging Fuentes, and the count is even up 2-2. A year ago for Indiana State, Fuentes batted .257 with 35 hits, 10 doubles, a triple, and 5 home runs for the Sycamores in 41 games. Played mostly at first and some third base for ISU. Slaps at one here. The 2-2 goes foul up and out of play. But Fuentes patrolling left field tonight here for Southeastern as Bryan makes his return here to the state of Indiana. 2-2, 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the first. Harvey comes home, the lefty, sends a fastball blowing by the swinging Fuentes, and a 3 up, 3 down. Inning here for the lefty Cameron Harvey. We're after 1 inning in the books. We have no score here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
No scores. We start the second inning of play in our final game here of day one. Another first pitch swing. This one sent to Fuentes and left. It's a line out by Bradley Prince, the left fielder, and the first man retired here in the second frame for the Lions of Bryan.
That was bad. Number 9, Kiko Garcia.
And that brings up the DH, Kiko Garcia, who played a key role in that 8-run second inning for Bryan in their win over Columbia earlier today to get our bracket going. First pitch sent back on a foul ball by Garcia. It was a 3-run home run over the left field fence by the DH Garcia. He goes opposite way here, late swing to protect. He falls behind 0-2. Here for the DH, Kiko Garcia. Blast of the home run. Swings and misses here. He's down on 3 pitches as Gillespie racks up his 3rd strikeout of the evening. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the second frame for Bryan. And the batter is Grant Lala. Grant easily the front runner right now for name of the tournament right now. As Lala watches the fastball miss away, ball 1. Lala, the right fielder, 6'6" right fielder out of Glen Elen, Illinois. Transferred into Bryan from Oakton Community College. Gillespie steps off and now steps back on. Pearson gets the sign from Cabrera. Second one, curveball, roll to the left side. Faith is right there at third, whips it to first, and Cullen. And that is a quick 1-2-3, top of the second inning. We are scoreless through 1.5 here in our final game of the opening day of the Upland Bracket. You're watching the coverage free in HD on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Bottom of the second, Southeastern retired in order in the first. Their DH, Gary Laura, the big righty, leads it off for the Fire. Takes a first pitch on the outside part of the plate from Harvey for a called strike 1. It'll be Laura, Faith, and Nunez, the ones up here for the Fire in the bottom of the second. Laura's 6'4", 230-pound righty bat out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Chases an off-speed pitch, sends him dancing all the way to the opposite batter's box, and he quickly falls behind 0-2. 1-2-3 first for the lefty Cameron Harvey. Enters the contest with 57 strikeouts, now has 58, but also has given up 42 walks in 56 innings here this season. Back almost completely to home plate, fires in a fastball below the knees. That's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Southeastern, the top batting team in the country at .371. They slug .620 as a team. They've belted 101 homers this season on their own. High in the air to right. Big run, and a sliding catch is made by Lala, the right fielder. But he might have collided with his second baseman, Dante Morton, as both went sprinting out there up the right field line. Lala made the sliding catch, but then Morton tried to avoid Lala, and is now slowly getting back to his feet as the sports medicine staff for Bryan comes out to take a look at their second baseman. An excellent sliding catch there from the big man, Lala. Good to see Morton get back to his feet. Go to walk off and back to his position under his own power. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second. We've got no score. Southeastern still in search of their first hit. They come in with an overall record of 51-3. As we mentioned, their first loss of the season was to Indiana Tech. They're located about an hour north of where we currently sit here in Upland, Indiana. Their 2 losses were the first 2 games of the Kaiser series. One of their conference foes out of the Sun Conference, and then the Fire won the last game against Kaiser. 1 out, no one on for the switch hitting third baseman, Sam Faith. The lefty Harvey to the righty, and Faith rockets one in the air to right. Lala races back, checks his space, and he runs out of room as Faith goes opposite way. The righty switch hitter makes it 1-0 Southeastern on their first hit of the night. Now 102 homers for the Fire this season, and Faith belts his 4th. So 1 out, 1 home for the shortstop, Isaac Nunez. Fastball swing and a miss on the outside corner, strike 1. Nunez batting .395 this season. 77 hits, 18 doubles. That's tied for second most on the Fire roster. The former Florida Gator leans in, gets ready for the 0-1. He golfs it high in the air to right. This one's going to get into the Bryan bullpen by a bounce and stays in the bullpen. No balls and 2 strikes here for the shortstop, Nunez. Nine homers for Nunez on the season, 63 runs batted in for the junior. Down on the count, 0-2. High bouncer left side. Thornhill from third, catches on the hop, then fumbles it as he drops it from his mitt to his hand. A tough one there for Thornhill to take the third baseman. It's an E5, and there's a runner at first with 1 gone here at inning 2. And that brings up the catcher, Luis Cabrera. Righty senior out of Kissimmee, Florida. A .366 average for Cabrera. There is no one in the starting lineup tonight for Southeastern that does not bat at least above 300. And 325 if you want to be exact. A ball to Cabrera. As he takes a look at the play sheet in his back right pocket, puts it back in, and he steps in as he adjusts his off-white pants. And E5 has got Nunez safe at first after the solo home run by Sam Faith with 1 out. Big swing and a miss, and Cabrera's even the count at 1-1. 1-0 Southeastern lead here in the bottom of the second. They're the #1 team in the country, and the #1 team in this Upland bracket with a 51-3 overall record. And not only do they hit the ball well, they also lead the country in pretty much every big offensive category. The check on the runner at first. But the pitching staff also has 11 shutouts this season. So all Gillespie and the rest of the staff need is just a little bit of an inch and a little bit of breathing room. And Faith has given that in here with a solo home run in the second. Runner goes. Hit is fouled back, and so the hit and run was on. Nunez will have to come back to first base. Nunez, actually the top base stealer for the Fire. 23 steals to pace the team in 28 attempts. Every stat category for Southeastern seems to be more impressive than the next. A ball and 2 strikes for the lefty Harvey out of the stretch. Comes home with a fastball that's in the opposite batter's box, 2-2. It's an old bunch for the Southeastern club. Very few freshmen and sophomores have cracked the starting 9 and been getting meaningful time for SCU as Harvey softly tosses to first. The youngest men academically are 4 juniors, or 3 juniors that are starting tonight. Cullen, Nunez, and Laura, who led the inning off. Cabrera, a senior. Faith, who homered, is a senior. Fuentes, a senior. Marcano, a senior. Cabrera fouls it back. Guadalupe, a senior. So it's an old bunch. The baby-faced Cullen, the junior, is on deck. But you talk to Donnie Smith, their fantastic SID. Yes, Southeastern, the folks down there saying it's been a perfect storm for success. An elder statesman group full of 4th and 5th year and sometimes even 6th-year guys. Swing and a miss here for Cabrera. He's down on strikes. Second K for Harvey. 2 outs here in the second. Fire lead 1-0. But you combine the experience of the Southeastern club along with awesome hitting and lights-out pitching, and is a recipe for the #1 team in the country and the prohibitive favorite for the national title this season at 51-3. 2 outs for Stephen Cullen, the first baseman. 1 out solo home run on the first pitch that Sam Faith, the switch-hitting catcher, goes opposite way to right field. Off of Harvey, it's a 1-0 Southeastern lead on their only run of the day. Pitch at the plate, a strike, throw down to second. It was a good one, and the tag is just a hair late, as Nunez is in there with a stolen base. First one of the night here for Southeastern. A strike to Cullen. Remember, we talked about how every man in the starting 9 tonight, batting-wise for Southeastern, is batted at least .325 or better. Cullen is the worst of that batting average with a paltry .326, he said, full of sarcasm. 0-1 to the first baseman, Cullens. It still is a statue. Nunez could do cartwheels from second to third. He got such a good jump. Was already halfway there by the time Harvey, the lefty with his back to him, brought the pitch home. But Cullen fouled it back, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. One 1-0 Southeastern lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Their first game of the day. They take on number 5 seed Bryan, who defeated number 4 Columbia 15-9 to get our action going today. Third one to Cullen as Nunez dances off a second. Off the end of the bat, up the right field line. A well-struck ball that will go off the foul pole, almost all the way at the tippy top of the foul pole in right field. And Cullen, a line drive screamer opposite way, makes it 3-0 Southeastern on their second home run of the inning and just their second hit of the night. And now Southeastern starts to flex their muscles. Right on cue, Cullen gives us a right bicep flex. Cherry red batting helmet off, unveiling that beautiful mullet for Cullen. It's a 3-0 Southeastern lead here in the bottom of the second for their second baseman, Jose Marcano. Fouls it back, and this one goes to the parking lot. Marcano with a .370 average, plays in his 35th game, starts his 21st. He's out of Puerto Rico, transferred in from Florida Southwestern. He's a 5'11 senior. Deep breath for the lefty Harvey after giving up the 2-run bomb. Chop to the left, and it goes foul. We're in the bottom of the second. A solo home run with 1 out for Sam Faith over the right field fence as the switch hitter went opposite way. And then Cullen almost stuck that baseball right into the wiring of the right field foul pole. Smacked right side. Oh, nice diving snag by Dante Morton, the second baseman. But 3 runs home on the 2 homers by Faith and Cullen, and after 2, it's a 3-0 lead for number 1 Southeastern here on the Trojan Sports Network. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. Down on strikes is the second baseman Dante Morton. With a 3-0 lead, that's all Drew Gillespie needs. As he found his groove in the second, he's now retired 7 in a row after giving up the back-to-back singles to start the game off. Strikeout looking here to Morton. We're back to the top of the order and Parker Cosby. Cosby singled a little bloop to right field to start the game off. Since then, it's been all Gillespie since. First one is a pitch away, ball 1. Fastball as Gillespie skips around on the hill, 2-0. Third one to Cosby. Up and away, and it's 3-0. As he tries to be the first man on since he and Greg went back-to-back singles to start this off. Fourth one, Gillespie off speed, finds the inner half. It's 3-1. Cosby was 2 for 4 with a walk in game 1. Gives this one a ride to center field. Broyles, though, underneath. Then the center fielder makes the catch for the second out here in the third. It's 3-0, the deficit for Bryan here in the third.
Now batting for the Lions, number 11, Darwin Gregg.
And now it's the center fielder, Darwin Gregg. 3 for 6 was Gregg, drove in a couple runs in that 15-9 win, as we've had offense aplenty in our first 2 games today. Backdoor breaking ball is a ball. We had 24 runs in the opener, 20 in the second. Gregg loops it opposite way. Playing back was Guadalupe and right. He sprints in and makes the catch for the second straight. 1-2-3 inning for Drew Gillespie. He's retired 9 in a row after giving up back-to-back singles to start the game off. It's 3-0 Southeastern after 2.5 here on the Trojan Sports Network. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Top of the order up for Southeastern here in the top of the bottom of the third. It's Thomas Broyles, then Guadalupe and Fuentes. It is 3-0 Fire here at the bottom of the third, their first game here of the tournament. National title winners in 2018. Ironically enough, that included the team that was here in Upland. That was the year that the Trojans of Taylor hosted the opening round for the first time in program history. The winner of that opening round bracket was the Freed Hardeman Ball Club. And they got all the way as the national runners-up and fell to this Southeastern club. A strike to Broyles. This one away. It's 1-1 from the lefty Harvey. 3 runs on 2 hits. A homer by Faith. And the fastball is up high, 2-0, or 2-1, excuse me. 2 out, 2-run home run by Cullen concluded the scoring in the second. 4th one here to Broyles, a lefty, little flare left side. Falls down, and it's caught by Thornhill, the third baseman. But Broyles now limping considerably after he got jammed on a pitch by Harvey. Sent it softly in the air to the third baseman, Thornhill. And we hope Broyles is okay, the former University of Missouri Tiger. Limps back into the SCU dugout, and there's 1 out here in the third. Pitch up and away to Abdel Guadalupe. 1-0 for the right fielder. He's 0 for 1 tonight. The Puerto Rico native transferred in from Broward College, 5'11 senior. Utility man as he's out there in right field tonight. 2 balls and no strikes. A 3-0 lead for top-seeded Southeastern. Against the 5-seed Bryan, smacked up the middle, nicely placed by Abdel Guadalupe. Their first non-home run hit. And it's a 1-out single for 12 in white.
Stepping to the plate, number 23, Brian Fuentes.
And here's Fuentes. Top batting average for those that qualify with a .419 average. Tied for the team lead with 80 hits coming into the postseason tournament. And the national tournament to be exact. Harvey misses upstairs 1-0. Harvey's been described as an all-or-nothing type of guy. He's either going to go 7 or 8 innings strong, or he's going to be done after 3. He's been good here tonight. Then Fuentes jacks one to left field. Price on the warning track makes the catch as he had enough room to spare. Off the bat, looked like it might carry out of here, but that wind's still blowing hard from left to right. As Fuentes cannot cut through the wind, he's out number 2. And here's the DH, Gary Laura.
Stepping in the box, number 37, Gary Laura.
2 outs, 1 on for the DH, Laura. Talking to the folks at Bryan last week, they talked about Harvey the big man leads them in strikeouts, but also throws a lot of heat, and we've seen that off the left hand of Harvey tonight. Goes to the breaking stuff here and misses low and away. Ball 1 for the righty Laura. Popped out in foul territory and a nice sliding catch by Lala, the right fielder. He collided with Morton, and Morton able to pop back to his feet and continues to play second base. Sun sets off to our left and back, casting long shadows across the Winterholder Field infield. Swing and a miss, fastball 1-1. And sometimes when either the center fielder Darwin Gregg or the second baseman Morton turn their head in a certain way, the sunglasses that are on the top of their caps, or in Gregg's case, shielding his eyes, catch the setting sun and reflect up to here to the press box. Runner goes, hit and run is on. It's a little looper out of play to the right. And it's a ball and 2 strikes here for Laura. Laura, 4.02 average. Now has 200 at-bats on the season as a large man that can move pretty well. With 18 doubles and 18 homers on the season, that's tied for the team lead in the round tripper category. 3 guys have 18 home runs on the season. Laura, half swing up the right side. Harvey unable to pick it up clean. Underhands to first. Laura collides with the first baseman, Cooper. Everybody's safe, but slow to get back up as Laura. And trying to score from first. The throw comes in. It's in time, trying to jump over the tag. And tagged out in the midsection is Abdel Guadalupe. But still slow to get back up is going to be Gary Laura, the DH, after he collided with the first baseman, Bass Cooper. It's out number 3. We'll head to the 4th as the medical staff jogs in to take a look at Gary Laura. We'll take a break and come back with more here next on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
New center fielder in for Southeastern is number 2, Adrian Mella. Remember, Thomas Broyles led the inning off. Actually, before we get to that, let's tell you this. Gary Laura is okay. Popped up to his feet, got hit what looked like in the face as he collided with Bass Cooper at first. The put out at home was 4-2 on the throw from Morton to Cosby to get the out there. And Mark Thornhill, the righty third baseman, gets us going here in the 4th. But Mella comes in to replace. Breaking ball from Gillespie, ball 2. Check swing, and going around, that's strike 2. 2-2 here to Thornhill. Was 0 for 2. Started as a third baseman, then got subbed out after the top of the 1st against Columbia. He's a starting third baseman here. Bats out of the 3-hole. He's 0 for 1, and he's worked the count full 3-2 to start off the 4th. Swing and a miss on a fastball low, and Gillespie cruising right now. He's retired 10 in a row. That's his 5th K. 1 out in the 4th.
Oh, bad. Number 24, Bass Cooper.
Swing and a miss for the switch inning Bass Cooper. He was the one that collided with Laura, the DH. Off speed is in there, nothing in 2 as Gillespie is on cruise control right now. 1 pitch singles to Cosby and Gregg to start the game off, and then has retired 10 since. 0-2, fouled away to the left by Cooper. He was 2 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored, and 2 walks in that Game 1 win earlier today here against 4-seed Columbia. Foul tipped back to the screen, still nothing in 2. This is the first game of the day for top seed Southeastern. The winner of this game gets Northwestern Ohio tomorrow at 3:30 in the winner's bracket contest. The loser of that game plays Wednesday at 3. Beautiful breaking ball, looking for strike. Through on the outside corner is the lefty swinging Cooper. 6 Ks for Drew Gillespie. He's got a 3-0 lead, and he is humming along right now. 2 retired in the 4th for Bryan And this is not even the top arm starting wise for Southeastern. That would be the electrifying Rob Adams, the 6'4 lefty. But when you got Gillespie, graduate transfer, pop up right side. Guadalupe in right, looks up, he watches it sail over his head for a 2-out solo home run for Daniel Dryden. So all 4 runs in our game so far have been scored via the long ball as Dryden goes deep opposite way. And the Music City native cuts the deficit down to 2. So 11 in a row was the consecutive batter streak there for Gillespie. Prince swings at a second one. It's foul tipped. It's 1-1. Prince 1 for 4 with an RBI and 2 walks in the win over Columbia. It was a good hit ball, but Guadalupe just took a couple steps, looked up and watched it sail over his head. Ground ball right side, diving stop. Cullen spins back to his feet. Gillespie 2 steps his way to the bag and is able to beat Prince to first for out number 3. A spin, a roll, and a toss for Cullen, and Gillespie motors over to get the 3rd out after giving up a 2-run bomb. But a solo shot here for Daniel Dryden has made it 3-1 Southeastern as we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Fire up to bat next.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Sam Faith leads it off for Southeastern. Their 3-run lead has been trimmed down to 2. 5, 6, and 7 up here for the Fire. Cameron Harvey, the powerful lefty, still on the hill here for the Bryan Lions out of the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Winners 15-9 over 4-seed Columbia earlier today. They're our first upset of the national tournament here in the Upland bracket. 2-seed Northwestern Ohio defeated 3-seed Taylor 12-8. So the Racers watched a couple innings of this game. They've gone back to the hotel. The coaching staff of UNOH still observing. This thing is just absolutely smoked to right center field. It's out of here for the 2nd home run of the night for Sam Faith. And the lead for SCU right back up to 3 at 4-1. Faith golfs it out of play. His 5th homer of the season. Came in with just 3 of them. So not the guy you'd expect, but when you come in batting .396, you run into a couple pitches every now and then. Leadoff homer here for Faith. It's back to a 3-run Southeastern lead. Three of the 4 Fire hits have been the long balls tonight. And now here's Isaac Nunez, the former Florida Gator. First one was a ball. Second one, same as well. Nunez 0 for 1, reached on the dropped ground ball by Dryden, the shortstop. Fastball inside from the lefty Harvey, 3-0. The 3-0 home. Leaning back, but it's right there at the letters, strike one. Nunez a .395 average. Time is called as Nunez wants to re-Velcro his black batting gloves, has those off-white pants pulled up to the knees, showing off the black stirrup socks here on a Monday night in East Central Indiana. Fastball away, and it's a no-out walk. One run already home for the Fire. And Nunez is on for the second time here tonight. First free pass allowed by the lefty Harvey.
Stepping to the plate, number 33, Luis Cabrera.
And here's Luis Cabrera, catcher out of Kissimmee, Florida. .366 the average for Cabrera on the year. He sends one high, and it gets out of play, off to the right. And now time is called as Parker Cosby, the Bryan catcher, was down on all fours, now comes back to his knees as the athletic training staff comes out to check on him. We'll take a break and come back with more action here at the bottom of the fourth.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express.
Cosby, the catcher, stays in here for Bryan. It's a strike to the batter, Cabrera, his catching counterpart. Toss to first after the walk to Nunez. He's back up on his toes. Nunez, the best base stealer on the year for Southeastern. Took a base earlier, his first time up. He's got 24 swipes on the year. Fastball away, and it's 1-1 here to Cabrera. Third one. Fastball again away as Harvey takes his time. It's 2-1. Cabrera, the all-conference catcher out of the Sun Conference. Had a big opening round a year ago. Went 5 for 11 in last year's opening round and then 4 for 11 in the World Series. He's ahead in the count, 2-1, as Harvey kicks and sends her on to first. It's been a picture-perfect day here in Upland, Indiana. Temperatures in the low 60s to start. We got into the mid-70s for that second game of the day between UNOH and Taylor. We got a cool night brewing on our hands here in the metropolis of Upland, Indiana. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch home. Fouled to the plaza. Behind us, 2-2 now. The man on deck is Stephen Cullen, who hit the second of the 4 home runs we've had here so far. The fourth one being blasted by Sam Faith, his second of the night, to lead the inning off. We're in the bottom of the fourth, and Southeastern has the lead back to 4-1. Harvey with a long look over at first. 2-2, and chasing a fastball upstairs is Cabrera. He comes up empty. Third strikeout of the evening here for Harvey. And there's the first out in the fourth here for the Fire.
Number 8, Stephen Cohen.
One out, one on for the first baseman, righty Stephen Cullen. The lefty Harvey against the righty bat of Cullen. 2-run homer for him, his first time at the plate in the second frame. Runner bluffs it going. It's an off-speed pitch. Low but down the middle, 1-0. Harvey really slowing his pace down here. Runner goes. Inside pitch, a strike at the plate. Good throw to second. But able to get the tag over in time was Morton. Excellent jump there from Nunez. His second stolen base of the night. He's 2 for 2. And the count sits at 1-1 for the batter Cullen, the first baseman. Just 4 hits tonight here for Southeastern, but 3 of them have left the ballpark. One of them by the man at the plate, Stephen Cullen. Nunez stole second then, and then Cullen let him jog in on the homer to right. It's a 1-1 count here as the second baseman, Morton for Bryan, tries to hold Nunez on at second. Nunez dances, pivoting, and bluffing the throw to second was Harvey. As Nunez dancing back and forth there at second base. A soft wind still blows out to right field. Harvey looks back at Nunez, the third one. Curveball that cannot paint the outside corner. Cullen takes it for ball 2. Cullen had the big knock for Southeastern in the Sun Conference Tournament Championship. 2-run double to give the Fire the lead, and then they rallied to win over St. Thomas 10-9. The Bobcats, one of the other opening round hosts down there in Miami Gardens. One home in the fourth here for Southeastern. One out and a runner at second. That's Nunez. Heads down to third. High skyscraper to dead center field. Greg runs out of room, and for the second time tonight, Stephen Cullen blasts a 2-run home run. This one, he deposits off the building about 6 feet behind the center field fence. And now it's 6-1 Southeastern as Cullen follows the lead of Sam Faith as those two men have scored all 6 of the runs tonight here for Southeastern. And there's that beautiful mullet again from Cullen.
Stepping into the box, number 21, Jose Marcano.
Six to 1, Southeastern's lead. First offering to Marcano was fouled back. That's the 10th homer of the year for Cullen. He becomes the 5th multi-home run man for Southeastern this season. Harvey tries to find the outside corner to the righty Marcano. It's 1-1 on ball 1. Marcano lined out to Morton to end the bottom of the second. One out here, nobody on after the Cullen moonshot. Marcano fouls out of play to the right. 1-2. The lefty Harvey against the righty bat of Marcano. And the pitch. This one hit a mile to left field this time. Price jumps, he almost brought it back, but he misses it as it sails over the left field fencing. Marcano goes deep. And there's another home run for Southeastern tonight. Their 5th one this evening, and the first one from someone not named Faith or Cullen. Also our first one that's not gone to the right side of Winterholder Field. As Marcano jumps and forearm blasts one of his teammates. I'm always surprised that guys don't bust their arms open when they do that. That's because Marcano's got much larger arms than I. Here's Adrian Mello, the new center fielder, who replaced Broyles, who got hit back in the third. 1 out, 3 homers here in the bottom of the 4th inning for number 1 Southeastern, and they've blown this thing open. They lead 7-1. Mello, the junior outfielder out of Miami, Florida. First time at the plate. Takes a fastball at the letters, a ball and a strike. Mello, a .295 average. Comes in off the bench here for Southeastern, replaced the injured Broyles. Third one away, it's 2-1. Activity starts in the Bryan bullpen. As Trevor Ferguson plays catch with a softball with one of his catchers. 3 balls and a strike here to the new center fielder, Mello. Back-to-back home runs, Cullen and Marcano. Here's Harvey, the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Mello has worked the count full, 3-2. Or the count runs full, 3-2. 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Solo shot from Faith to lead the inning off. Then back-to-back home runs, 2-runner from Cullen and the solo blast from Marcano to left. Foul off of someone behind home plate, either the batter Mello or the catcher Cosby. And Mello steps in. Here's pitch number 7 from Harvey. All 5 extra base hits tonight for Southeastern have left the park. Going after one low as Mello. It stays at 3-2. Here's pitch number 8 from Harvey in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out, base is vacant. And we'll get a ninth offering from the lefty Harvey. (7-1) Southeastern lead here in the bottom of the 4th. And a good at-bat going here for Mello. His first one of the night, coming off the bench to replace Thomas Broyles. And he'll get ready for the 10th offering from the lefty Cameron Harvey. Here's pitch number 10. Low for ball 4, and Harvey pumped as he jogs up the first. This might be the end of the line, or at least a mound visit. Here as Cameron Harvey looks towards the Bryan bullpen. It is Ferguson now going through his paces there in the pen. So is Jordan Day, the first-year pitching coach, former hitting coach in his 9th season at BC. Comes in the chat with the Lions. Southeastern came into this bottom of the 4th leading 3-0 after the 2 homers by Faith and Cullen here in the 2nd. That is 5 and 8 in the Southeastern batting order. Then Faith leads this 4th off with a solo blast. Nunez walks. Cullen drives him in after a stolen base. And then Marcano follows with a homer to left. Mello has walked. And a pop-up here and foul by Abdel Guadalupe. He's working on a 1-for-2 night. Singled back in the 3rd, then was the one thrown out trying to score from first as he tried to jump over the tag of Cosby, the Bryan catcher. Harvey slowing down his delivery. Runner goes. Inside pitch, ball one, throw down to second, not in time, as Mella swipes second base. Count as a ball and a strike here at the plate. But it's Southeastern turning the game on its ear here in the bottom of the fourth. They lead by 6, 7-1. One fastball away, 2-1. Fourth one is a fastball at the knees to even the count up at 2-2 for the right fielder, Abdel Guadalupe. Gillespie is not up throwing in the Southeastern pen right now. He has been in that dugout just relaxing and watching this lead balloon from 2, now up to 6, with the 3 homers here in this fourth frame. Mella boogies at second, pivoting off the mound is Harvey and chases him back to the bag. The only non-home run hit tonight here for Southeastern was Guadalupe's single up the middle back in inning number 3. We're just 1 inning later from that single here. He's got a runner at second, and the new center fielder Mella tried to get a time, couldn't get it. Guadalupe turns and skies a foul ball to the left on a half swing. Not bad for a half swing and a guy that wanted to call time. Two balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second. 4 runs home here in the bottom of the fourth for Southeastern. Pickoff attempt to second. And back in time. No tag from Morton as Mella lunges in. He walked. He stole second. So far the strikeout by Cabrera, the only out here in the fourth. Harvey the lefty readies. Looks back at Mella at second. Now home. Kicks and comes. Tailing away. Fastball 3-2. Mella worked a full count walk on 10 pitches. Guadalupe gets ready to see the 7th offering from the lefty Harvey. Runner goes to third. He'll have to come back as Harvey screams one out of play to the right. Landed that one clean on the sidewalk and bounces it all the way back towards the prayer chapel, which is some great distance away from where we sit. Guadalupe has had 2 impressive foul balls into some protective swings here during this plate appearance. The payoff again from Harvey. High bouncer up the middle. Dryden charges, won't be able to get to it. Here comes Mella around third. He scores standing up, and it's an 8-1 Fire lead, 5 runs here in the bottom of the fourth. And that is the second non-home run hit tonight for Southeastern, both coming from Abdel Guadalupe. The batter is Brian Fuentes. Fastball up and away from Harvey, a ball. An 0 for 2 night for the Three-hole hitter Fuentes. And a fastball here, 2-0. Gillespie now playing catch with one of his teammates in the Southeastern bullpen, trying to keep that arm warm in this long bottom of the fourth. Third one fouled back by Fuentes. He's the 8th batter of the stanza. We've seen 3 homers, a single, and 2 walks and a strikeout here in the inning. But it all got going with Face's second home run and as many plate appearances over the right field fence to lead the inning off. It pushed the Southeastern lead back up to 3. Foul tip from Fuentes off the chest protector of Cosby. And the Fire have not taken their foot off the gas pedal here in this bottom of the fourth. A 7-run Fire lead at 8-1 on the back of 5 runs here in the fourth. 3 via the home run, 1 via Guadalupe's single in the last plate appearance. 2-2 with 1 out here to Fuentes, the left fielder. Fastball up high, it's 3-2. And now Harvey's starting to hear it from the Southeastern dugout. Fuentes rips it to left as his dugout counted down from 3 before the pitch. It'll bring the 9th man to the plate in the form of Gary Laura. We might be getting a Bryan pitching change, and we will. New pitcher coming in to replace the starter, Cameron Harvey. Southeastern has taken a stranglehold lead. 5 runs in the fourth. They lead 8-1 with 2 on and 1 out here on the Trojan Sports Network. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. The marathon bottom of the fourth continues for top seed Southeastern. Trevor Ferguson, the senior right-hander out of Knoxville, Tennessee, in and fires a pitch right behind the ducking Gary Laura. Just 1 out Here in the frame, a strikeout by Luis Cabrera, the third batter of the inning. But a solo home run for Faith, back-to-back shots from Cullen and Marcano. RBI single from Guadalupe. And you blink, and it's just become an 8-1 stranglehold lead for Southeastern. Curveball, high bouncer left side over the head of Adrian Dinkle, the head coach coaching third base in the 6th season at Southeastern. Laura, the 9th batter of the inning here in the bottom of the 4th. They've scored 4 runs or 5 runs, the Fire Halves. This one a high fly ball. Foul territory right side. Unable to get to it in time were Morton and Cooper. The second baseman and the first baseman. As a fan off to our right, opens a big old bag of Cheetos. Always a good snack. Oh, those are the Flamin' Hot variety. Oh, well, good choice over there to the right. Well done. Laura 0 for 2. Remember, he's the one that ran into Cooper at first. Was slow to get back up, then popped up to his feet. Down the count 1-2. Ground ball left side. Could be 2. Drawn into second. On to first. And Bryan able to turn a 6-4-3 double play. But 3 home runs and an RBI single for Southeastern in the bottom of the 4th has pushed their lead to 7 after 4 innings here from Winterholder Field.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
So can Bryan muster some offense here at the top of the 5th? There's plenty of run support up there for Drew Gillespie, the starter for Southeastern. DH Kiko Garcia looks at 2 pitches low from Gillespie. It's 2-0. But number 5th seed Bryan down to top-ranked Southeastern, and this thing is just crushed to left field. A no-doubt home run for Kiko Garcia. His second long ball of the opening round. And that gets Bryan back to within 6 on a moonshot from Kiko Garcia. Just the 4th hit of the day. Both runs, curveball into Lala as a strike. Solo blast for Dryden to right field in the 4th. Solo shot to start the 5th off here for Kiko Garcia. A ball and a strike to Lala, the right fielder. Big man goes opposite way up the right field line. If it's fair, it's extra bases, and it is. It's fair, and here comes Lala rumbling around first. Guadalupe fires it in. Lala slides. That 6-6 frame is in safely with a no-out double. And after watching the offense explode for Southeastern in the bottom of the 4th, Bryan's offense cooking with gas here in the start to 5th.
Now at number 1, Dante Morton.
Lala was 1 for 3 in the win over Columbia. He's 1 for 2 right now with the double. Fastball that the second baseman Morton takes for a strike. Doesn't really step out of the box. He steps in. He's ready to rock and roll. Same thing for Gillespie. Second one, high bouncer off of home plate. It goes foul. 2 strikes here to Morton, who's 0 for 1. Struck out looking for the first out in the third. We're at the top of the 5th. 5-seed Bryan down by 6 to top seed Southeastern. Gillespie misses short. Cabrera covers and keeps it in front. And there's ball 1 to Dante Morton. Fourth one, Morton steps out, chases an upstairs fastball. He comes up empty. And that's strikeout number 7 for Gillespie tonight. 1 gone for Bryan here in the 5th. That turns the lineup over the top in Parker Cosby.
Now batting for the Lions, number 5, Parker Cosby.
Third time through the order here for Gillespie. 1 out, top of the 5th, 1 run home for Bryan. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball, spins Cosby around, strike 1. Hard hit to the left side. Faith on a late hop at third. Southers it up, high throw, but ranging to his right is Cullen for the second out here at inning 5. Two outs for the center fielder, Darwin Gregg. Gillespie, the number 2 starter this season for Southeastern. Got a complete game win over Warner in the Sun Conference tournament. And one of the keys when we've talked to the Southeastern folks this season has been the combination of fresh pitchers and a lot of old guys on the staff. Breaking ball, like the graduate transfer Gillespie, called for a strike to Darwin Gregg. Every one of the pitching staff in the Sun Conference tournament was used just once by Southeastern. So they come in here with fresh arms up and down the rotation. Hard hit ball to left center field. Hangs in the air. Fuentes charges in from left. Dives and makes the catch, but it fell out of his glove. He dove and almost had it in the left center field gap, but as he rolled over, the ball came free. And the second run comes home to score here in the 5th, and Bryan's down by 5. RBI single there for Darwin Gregg, his second knock of the night. And Jason Chu pinch hits here for Mark Thornhill. So get ready for some defensive changes from Bryan when we get to the bottom of the 5th. Chu, the 5'10 freshman out of Toronto, Canada. Fouled the first one down. Backdoor off speed, ball 1. 2 runs home here for Bryan in the top of the 5th. They'd cut their deficit to 2 with a solo home run by Dryden in the 4th. But then watch Southeastern tackle on 5 in the bottom of that 4th frame. This one gets away from Gillespie. It's 2-1. RBI single has got Gregg situated at first. Having a conversation with Southeastern first baseman Stephen Cullen. 2 balls and a strike, the pitch. Low, good save. Gregg goes. A throw down is low, and unable to make the snag is Marcano. What should have been out number 3 as Greg ran. Cabrera could stare at him all day, but a low throw and a late hop prevents Marcano from making the catch clean. And Greg is in there safe at second base. The count is 3-1 here at the plate, as Bryan starting to get to Gillespie a little bit here. First stolen base of the night for the Lions. 3-1, and now there's 2 on the bases here with 2 outs in the 5th. The drop diving catch on the try from Fuentes. That scored Lala from second. And then a 2-out walk has got Chu in a pinch hit over at first, as Eric Dahl comes out to talk things over with the battery, Gillespie and Cabrera.
Stepping into the box, number 24, Bass Cooper.
And here's a switch hitting first baseman, Bass Cooper. Bats is a lefty third for the 3rd time. Goes after the first one from Gillespie, misses it, strike 1. Best offensive inning going on right here for the Lions of Bryan. Cooper 0 for 2 tonight with a swinging strikeout and a looking strikeout. 2 on the bases here for the Lions as they try to cut in more. This now 5-run deficit. Gillespie kicks that foot up and down as he blows a bubble with a gum in his mouth. 1-1. Gillespie's almost gotten kind of fidgety here after the diving and just missed catch by Fuentes in left. 1-1. A low fastball below the knees. 2-1. Everything going Southeastern's way after the 5 runs, including 3 homers just a half inning ago. But the Lions of Bryan not batting an eye. Hard hit to the right side. Marcano at second. Fields underhands. Close play at second, but they get Chu by a step. 2 runners left stranded here by Bryan in the top of the 5th, but 2 runs home for the Lions. They now trail 8-3 as we're halfway home here in our final game of the opening day of the Upland Bracket as part of the 2022 NAIA Baseball National Championship.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Curveball dealt in by the right-hander Trevor Ferguson, and the bottom of the 5th is underway with strike 1 to the switch-hitting third baseman Sam Faith. As Faith bats as a lefty for the first time tonight. Had 2 home runs his first 2 plate appearances. Ferguson a fastball low and away, 1-1. 2 defensive changes. Jason Chu stays in The Bryan lineup plays shortstop. Daniel Dryden bumps over from short over to third. 8-3, Southeastern lead the top seed in the bracket. A couple skips to Morton on the ground at second. He fields and tosses to Cooper, the first baseman. First man retired here in the bottom of the fifth. And the first time tonight that Faith has been retired. As, of course, Faith the man, not Faith the feeling and the belief. Here's Isaac Nunez, who's reached base safely twice. .61 Floridian, former Florida Gator, has reached on an air and walked tonight. Hard hit. There's his first hit. Sends it over the jumping Chu at short. 9th hit of the night here for the Fire. And it's their 4th non-home run hit tonight. 5 home runs, 4 singles are how the hits have been distributed tonight here for Southeastern. And the batter is Luis Cabrera. The only man to not collect a hit tonight here for the Fire. First pitch is a curveball dropped in by Ferguson. Trying to get that first hit here. Broyles, who got hurt, the leadoff man out of the center fielder, was 0 for 2. Fuentes has also got a hit. Laura, the only other one, the remaining starters out of the 8 that are left, have yet to collect a hit. Off speed and in, 0-2 to the powerful righty Luis Cabrera. Cabrera leans back, waggles that bat, now rested on his back right shoulder. 2 strikes to him. Swings and misses, takes a step across home plate on a big cut. There's strike number 3, first punch out of the night here for Ferguson. That's the 3rd time that Cabrera struck out here this evening. There are 2 gone for Southeastern in the 5th. Their lead is still at 5.
Now coming up for the Fire, number 8, Stephen Cole.
Two outs, 1 on for the first baseman, Stephen Cullen, and Ferguson has to be careful with him. He, like Faith, big swing and a miss, well in front of the off speed. Cullen, like Faith, started the night 2 for 2. Faith's home runs were both solo shots. Cullen has gone 2 for 2 with 2 two-run home runs. And he's got a man on the bases here, and it's Nunez, who's been the man that he has driven in both times with those homers. Nunez tries to steal his 3rd base of the night. Throw in, tag is right on top of the noggin as Cosby, the catcher, skips one in from behind the plate. And for the first time since the first inning, Southeastern held scoreless in an inning. We're through 5 here from Winterholder Field in Upland, Indiana. It's the top seed Southeastern 8, the 5 seed Bryan 3 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
6th.
First pitch lifted into right field. Guadalupe, two-handed catch above his head. One pitch and one out as Daniel Dryden retired. As we're underway here at the top of the 6th. Drew Gillespie still on the hill here for Southeastern. New catcher in is number 5, Shamir Morales. Not a surprise, it's what Southeastern does a lot. To give Cabrera a breather for about the 6th or 7th inning. Morales comes in to spell him behind the plate. Off speed is into Bradley Prince, the lefty, for a strike. He's 0 for 2. 3 runs for Bryan tonight. They trail by 5. A couple pitches into the 5th, and now it's 1-1. Prince is lined out to Fuentes in left and grounded out to the diving, twirling, spinning, rolling Cullen, the first baseman. Third one from Gillespie. Beautiful off-speed pitch, and it darts in on the outside corner, freezing Prince to make it 1-2 on the called strike. And after a little rough patch there in the 5th, Gillespie has found his mojo once again. Misses just low here, 2-2. He has good communication here with his new catcher, Morales. Quickly comes a 2-2. Inside of that, clipped. Prince on the arm. First hit batsman by Gillespie tonight. The Southeastern starter puts a man on with 1 out. It's an 8-5 hole here for Bryan. And the batter is the DH, Kiko Garcia. Gillespie reties his right cleat. Picks up the ball and his mitt in one fell swoop. And quickly gets set on the third base side of the rubber out of the stretch. Breaking ball. Just misses high, 1-0. It's a 1-for-2 night for Kiko Garcia. Led off the last inning with a monstrous, no doubt, solo home run over the left field fence. Crowds the inside part of the plate, goes after one low, lashes at it, and sends it into the screen for strike 1. Second home run of the day for Garcia after going deep in that big 8-run third frame for Bryan against Columbia back to start this opening round off at noon. Ball and a strike, runner stays. Swing and a miss as Garcia couldn't keep up with the breaking ball. Good slider there from Gillespie. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Safe lead for Prince at first. 1-2, bounces it in short. And Gillespie's got the count sitting at 2-2. As he went back to the breaking ball there. Some folks have now started to populate inside the Southeastern bullpen. First time we've seen any members of the Fire down there in the pen tonight. 1 out, top of the 6th. Bryan bats. They're down 8-3. And Kiko Garcia calls time, steps out. Takes a practice swing and a deep breath and steps back in. And Gillespie a little bit unhappy with the time that Garcia was taking to get back in. Kept rotating and swinging his glove in a circle to hurry up. Try to hurry Garcia back into the box. Runner goes. Pitch wasn't even thrown. Now it is 2-2. And that slider is fouled straight back as Prince was almost home free to second. Now he's got to come all the way back to first on the foul ball to the screen by Garcia. Tough break there for Bryan. Try to get the hit and run or at least a stolen base. But Prince took all the way off. Surprised that Gillespie didn't peel off the mound and try to beat the man to second. We'll see if Prince goes again. Safe lead for him at first. He stays. 2-2, ball 3 low, just above the turf. And if Garcia can work a walk out here, it would be massive. But a swing and a miss here puts Garcia back to the dugout. The 8th strikeout tonight for Drew Gillespie. He's able to work around trouble here. 2 outs, and it brings up Grant Lala.
Stepping into the box, number 4, Grant Lala.
Lala 1 for 2 this evening. Whip on to first by Gillespie. Prince is back in time. He's the only base runner of the inning so far. Got hit by a pitch with 1 out here in this top of the 6th. 1 more out on the board, and we'll see if 2-out rally can get started here by Lala. Tonight, Bryan is just 2 for 7 with 2 outs. Foul tipped on a big cut on the breaking ball, strike 1. Lala grounded out to end the 2nd. Hit a double and scored last inning in the 5th on the single by Darwin Gregg. He grooves one to the right center field gap. 2nd hit of the night as Prince on his horse has got a stomp on the brakes in a big way as Adrian Mello, the shortstop, quickly on that ball in right center. But 2 on and 2 out here for the number 9 batter, Dante Morton.
Back to the line. Number 1, Dante Morton.
2 for 3 night here for Lala. And the batter is Morton. Morton, the second baseman, 0 for 2. One of the fastest players on the field tonight between either team. First one, a little bouncer. Gillespie tried to make a barehanded catch, and he didn't make it. Came off the mound, tried to dive and make it the bare hand pitching hand. Unsuccessful. It's an infield single for Morton, and the bases are loaded for the top of the lineup in Parker Cosby with Bryan down by 5. And here comes Southeastern head coach Adrian Dinkle. Have a chat with at least the battery, Gillespie the pitcher, Morales the new catcher. And now some activity starting to percolate in that Southeastern bullpen. Number 15, David Mata, starting to play catch with one of his teammates. The entire Southeastern infield is in. Having a chat here with the 6th-year head man, Adrian Dinkle. A 1-out hit by pitch got Prince on the bases. Lala single to put 2 on, and now the unsuccessful diving barehanded catch attempt by the pitcher Gillespie has loaded him up here for Bryan for the top of the order, and Parker Cosby. The Lions trailing by 5 here in the top of the 6th to top-seeded Southeastern. It's a 1 for 2 night here for the catcher Cosby. Open righty stance, backdoor breaking ball. Gillespie darts in for a strike. Time is called as Cosby steps out. It's the first bases loaded opportunity for either team here tonight. After in our second game, we saw multiple bases loaded opportunities for 2-seed Northwestern Ohio and 3-seed Taylor. Prince, Lala, and Morton, the runners from 3rd to 1st, here for the 5-seed Bryan. This one low and away to Cosby. 1-1. Cosby singled in the 1st. He has flown out and grounded out since. 3rd one from Gillespie. Cosby checks his swing. Did he go around? Yep. Strike 2. Gillespie still holds the bat back where he thought it was, but it falls on deaf ears and the count maneuvers to 1-2. 8 hits so far tonight here for Bryan, but they're trying to avoid leaving the bases loaded. The 1-2. Good eye from Cosby to work the count even at 2. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Bryan has never led tonight. The 2-2 from Gillespie. Fastball, opposite batter's box by a whisker. And now the count is full, 3-2 to the catcher Cosby. A 3.06 average for Cosby on the year. Payoff pitch is ball 4, and here comes the 4th run of the night for the Bryan Lions. And the bases remain full as Gillespie pleading to get the ball back from Morales, and he finally obliges. So a two-out rally starting to go here for Bryan. And remember, Gillespie tried to make that diving, barehanded catch as Rollins runs for the catcher Cosby at first, and it's ball one to Darwin Gregg. And now David Mata, the 6'1 senior right-hander, has taken a seat, and a lefty now starts to warm up. High fly ball to right, and this one tails over the lights and foul. 1-1 here to Gregg, who's 2 for 3 tonight. It's Alex Monroe, the lefty, former Hurricane at the University of Miami, now getting loose for the Fire. Third one to Gregg. A low fastball, and now it's 2-1 in the favor of the Bryan center fielder. A two-out single by Lala, then another one by Morton on the one that Gillespie tried to make, diving with his bare hand, loaded the bases, then Cosby worked a 3-2 walk. 2-1 to Gregg. Backdoor breaking ball up the left side, charging his face from third. Then he fumbles it out of his mitt as he tried to get to his hand, and things are starting to happen in Bryan's favor. Second run comes home, this one on the error by Faith. First error of the night for the Fire, and Bryan's to within 3. And the batter stepping in is Mark Thornhill, batting for Jason Chu. So the base is full for Mark Thornhill. 0 for 2 is the big righty. As he bats for Jason Chu, came in to spell him defensively in the bottom of the 5th. Thornhill, big swing, and he comes up empty. Two runs home for Bryan. They've scored 4 unanswered. This is that 5-run bottom of the 4th for Southeastern. Gillespie's fastball cannot find the outside corner, 1-1. Base is still full. The speedster Morton's at third. Rollins behind him at second. Outside corner, this time it's found by Gillespie, 1-2. The 1-7-run lead has been now trimmed. Low in the turf. Morales keeps it in front of him as it rolls away. Not far enough to let Morton give her a go from third. But here's the count at 2-2. A misjudged play by Gillespie kept the inning going. An error by Gregg has brought home the second run. The 2-2. Breaking ball, good eye, opposite batter's box, and the count is full for the 8th batter of the inning, Mark Thornhill. 2 runs home. It's now a 3-run deficit here for Bryan. Runners go on the 3-2. Thornhill swings and misses, and Gillespie gets out of the jam. 2 runs come home here in the 6th as Bryan back to within 3. We'll see if Southeastern has an answer here in the bottom of the 6th next on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
So Gillespie gives up a couple of runs to the bases loaded, and now Bryan has trimmed their deficit from a big 7 down to a manageable 3. 8-9-1 up for the Fire here in the bottom of the 6th. And it's Trevor Ferguson off speed and in to Cullen for a strike upstairs. Cullen was the one at the plate when Nunez was caught stealing to end the bottom of the 5th. Second one is in there for a strike. Quickly, 0-2. Three in the second, 5 in the 4th for Southeastern. All their runs, the majority of them, have come via the home run tonight with 5 balls leaving the park. 2 of them by the man at the plate, Stephen Cullen. Both of the 2-run variety. Lays off an up and away fastball, 1-2. Cullen now with 10 homers on the season, the 5th SEU player. He got looking at a beautiful breaking ball down the middle. Cullen up happy about it. That's the second strikeout of the night for Ferguson in his second full inning of work. And Ferguson's been pretty good here. He got the 6-4-3 double play to end the 4th when he came in with runners on the bases. He's only allowed the 1 hit here so far, and he gets Cullen to retire for the first time tonight. And here's Jose Marcano, who tucks in that white uniform into his white pants. Marcano, the second baseman, batting out of the 9 spot, is 1 for 2. Shows a bunt, pulls it back, and it's in there for a strike from the righty Ferguson. Ferguson grooving along here. 4-3 overall record for Ferguson this season. Has been used primarily as a reliever. It's his 13th relief appearance, his 17th appearance overall. Second one misses away as he dances off the hill. It's a 1-1 count. And what started off as a beautiful May afternoon is now turned into a lovely May evening here in Upland, Indiana. Cool temperatures on a Ferguson fastball up high, 2-1. To round out day 1 here of the Upland bracket of the 2022 NAIA Baseball National Championship. Bryan, the 5 seed, knocked off the 4 seed Columbia to start our day. 4th one fouled back by Marcano. The count even at 2-2. Then 2 seed Northwestern Ohio defeated the 3 seed Taylor. The Racers are waiting in the wings for the winner of this contest here. The loser of this game will round out our action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Between the winner of Columbia and Taylor, our first game of the day tomorrow. 2-2. Foul tipped, and holding on to it is Cosby. And Ferguson starting to come to life right as his bats have done here in the last couple of innings. 2 outs in the 6th for Southeastern. Their lead is still at 3. Southeastern trying to prevent going down in order for just the 2nd time tonight. That was the very first inning of the ball game, as Broyles, Guadalupe, and Fuentes went down in order. Against the starter Harvey, Ferguson has come in and has pitched miraculously. Deals in a strike here to the new center fielder, Mella. Adrian walked and scored after a marathon at bat in the 4th. Hard hit ball, foul, third base side. Two strikes to Mella. Ferguson, after watching his team score 4 unanswered runs, have trimmed the 7-run deficit, now down to 3. Mella walked and scored on the single by Guadalupe in the 4th. Bases vacant, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2, almost paints the outside corner, just missing by a hair is Ferguson, and that would have been a huge strikeout to end our fun here in the 6th. Trying to strike out the side, got Cullen looking to start. A foul tip by Marcano, and he's ahead 1-2 here to the righty center fielder, Adrian Mella. The pitch. Ferguson gets a bouncing left side, just underneath the attempt of the head coach, Adrian Dinkle, at third, coaching for Southeastern. Southeastern 51-3. One of their 3 losses, their first of the season, came to a team from the state of Indiana. That was Indiana Tech. That's out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. And their other 2 losses, the first 2 games against Kaiser. 1-2. Opposite way, foul. Into the parking lot. And avoids the packed cars in the lot, with graduation coming up in a few short days here on the Upland campus. Saturday afternoon, our fun will be done by then. And we'll know who's going on to the World Series. 1-2, little rollover left side, another one foul. Good break out of the box by Mello, and a little half swing on the outside corner. Ten teams will move on to Lewiston to be a part of the 2022 NAIA World Series. Southeastern trying to make it to Idaho for the 4th straight time. Would have been 5 times. They were 27-1 when the season was canceled in 2020. Foul ball in the air right side. That one just clears the chain link fence. Another long at bat here for Mella. Drew a walk after 10 pitches in the 4th. He's getting ready to see number 8 here from Ferguson. That walk by Mello was against the starter, the hard-throwing lefty Cameron Harvey. And before Ferguson steps back onto the mound, has a quick conversation with the second baseman Morton, whose sunglasses catch the light overhead with every turn of that red cap. 1-2 home. Missing away with a curveball, 2-2. Righty versus righty matchup. Mella has come in and replaced Broyles since he got hurt in the 3rd beautifully. 2-2. Right below the knees, and Mella hops up and down in frustration as he draws the call for ball 3. Some perplexed looks of the fans in the stands. They wanted that to be strike 3. Some might also be perplexed by the reaction of the batter Mella. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch. Hard ball left side to the third baseman. Late hop, snagged by Dryden, fires to first. It's scooped up by Cooper, and it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th. Nicely done by the starting shortstop, now third baseman Daniel Dryden. We played 6 innings here from Winter Holder Field. It's an 8-5 Southeastern lead as we come back for the 7th next on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Pitching change here for Southeastern. They bring in the hard-throwing left-hander Alex Monroe out of Claremont, Florida. Pop up right side. Guadalupe in right. Jogs forward. Makes a two-handed catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Here to start off things in the 7th as Bryan has battled back. They trail 8-5. Here with one gone, and the batter is the new third baseman, Daniel Dryden. Monroe takes over for the starter, Gillespie, who goes 6 innings, allows 8 hits, 5 runs. Strike here to Dryden. No walks for the starter, Gillespie. Did strike out 8. A ball in the strike here to Dryden, who's 1 for 3 this evening. Third one, bouncer back up the middle. Monroe fields it. The lefty charges the first underhands to Cullen. 2 up and 2 down here at the top of the 7th for Southeastern, as Bryan tries to start another 2-out rally here. And the batter is a left fielder, Bradley Prince. Winner gets Northwestern Ohio tomorrow at 3:30. The loser will play tomorrow night at 7. And our second of 2 elimination games tomorrow. Ball 1 low here to Prince. All five teams that started the tournament and the bracket will be in action tomorrow. Little flail swing on a breaking ball. Prince makes it 1-1. First elimination game of the day is Columbia, the 4 seed, and the 3 seed Taylor. That's a noon start. 3:30, the winner of this game gets the 2 seed Northwestern Ohio. The loser of that game will already move on to Wednesday. Swing and a miss, and Prince has got the count at 1-2. The loser of this contest will play tomorrow night at 7 against the winner of our first game of the day, Columbia and Taylor. 8-5 lead for Southeastern, 2 outs in the 7th. 1-2 gets Prince looking at the knees on the outside corner. It's a 3-up, 3-down 7th. Time to stretch here in Upland, Indiana. It's a 3-run lead for the top seed Southeastern Fire here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Bottom of the 7th, a 3-run lead for Southeastern as Abdel Guadalupe leads it off. Third full inning work here for Trevor Ferguson out of the pen. This one is launched to left field. Is it going to stay fair? It didn't even leave the park, but that thing was just tattooed by the right fielder Guadalupe. It goes foul, landing on the chain link fence. A long strike 1 here for Guadalupe. A massive, massive swing from the big fella 12. Leads off this bottom of the 7th with Fuentes and Laura to follow. That's 2, 3, and 4. And this inside pitch gets them on the hands. And Guadalupe walks over to the on-deck circle, has a couple words and laughs with the Southeastern dugout. And it's a leadoff hit by pitch. And puts the right fielder Guadalupe on deck. Or on the bases, excuse me. As the Fire's massive head athletic trainer comes to check on Guadalupe. He is no small man by any stretch of the imagination at 5'11". But their athletic trainer makes him look like a wee man. But a jog up to first, and Guadalupe is on to start this inning off. First real blemish for Ferguson here in the last 2 innings and change. Sat down the side in order last inning in the 6th. And here's Fuentes, who tries to get going here. 1 for 3 tonight. This pitch misses away. Good pace on it from Ferguson. 1-0. Strikeout and a fly out for Fuentes to start. Single through the left side of the 4th to chase the starter Harvey off the hill. Fuentes, the former Indiana State Sycamore, after transferring into Southeastern this season. Second one. Off speed is in there for a strike down the middle, 1-1. Good off speed there from the righty Ferguson. Three-run lead as 4 runs have been scored unanswered. Guadalupe goes, swing and miss at the plate, high throw, hopping in the air is Morton, the second baseman. And it's going to be out at the plate. Batter's interference here on Fuentes and send Guadalupe back to first. So the Southeastern dugout unhappy. And batter's interference on Fuentes. Swung through the pitch here and made contact with the catcher Cosby, and he was immediately called out at home. First out of the inning, send Guadalupe back to first. And you can hear a little bit of the conversation between the Southeastern dugout and our home plate umpire saying that Fuentes stepped over home plate, and it's batter's interference, and here's the DH, Gary Laura. Laura has had an eventful night at the plate here for Southeastern. Fastball in on the hands, backs away, ball 1. Flew out in foul territory on a sliding catch by Lala, the right fielder. Reached on the fielding error by the first baseman, or by the pitcher Harvey, then into a double play, the first man to face Ferguson. That ended the 4th. Scrapes the sky with this one behind home plate. Cosby can't find it. It's coming into the stands, and it almost lands in the fan's lap. It rolls back to row 3, and there's a souvenir, at least for the time being, because we are going to need that baseball back. Taylor shortstops Nick Ruschi's father, the one with the foul ball. The Taylor baseball team sitting behind him says, Mr. Ruschi, we're going to need that ball back. And then he just threw the ball up to Connor Crawford, and now Taylor women's basketball head coach was Junior Martinez asked to give it back. Caught stealing here is Guadalupe, feeling it was Ferguson on the hill. 1-3-4 on the putout. And quickly there are 2 gone for Southeastern here in the 7th, still not home free. Their lead has been dwindled down to 3 here with now 2 outs in the 7th. Little flare to the right side. Morton, the second baseman, is there. And after helping get the caught stealing, 1-4 to retire Guadalupe. Laura pops out here, and it's another minimum faced here by Ferguson. We're through 7. Here from Upland, Indiana. It is an 8-5 Southeastern top seed lead over 5 seed Bryan here on the Trojan Sports Network. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. A scoreless 7th as Kiko Garcia fouls the second one off here. He falls behind 0-2. Good job by the Lions to keep Southeastern off the board in the bottom of the 7th. We've moved on to the 8th with the bottom third of the Bryan order up here. Lala and Morton to follow Garcia as the Lions have scored 4 unanswered runs. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Garcia on one up and away. Third time he has struck out today. He's 1 for 4, with the home run being the only non-punch out. And here's the right fielder, Grant Lala. Six right fielder. Drops down and squares a bunt back up. Monroe turns, fields, throws it high, pulls the man off the bag, and did he get back in time? I think Cullen did, and he did. A high throw, but Cullen, no small man by any means, soars in the air, turns around and lunges back to the bag and beats Lala to first with the gloved hand for out number 2. As a Dante Morton fan lets out a shriek as the second baseman steps in. Fastball up high from Monroe. This game looked to be a Southeastern runaway after the 3 home runs in the 4th. They scored 5 in the inning, also a non-home run producing hit. 2-0 here to Morton, the second baseman, in the closed righty stance against the left-handed throwing Monroe. Third one, finding it off, just clipping the top of the screen and sending it backwards is Monroe, 2-1. Two outs, nobody on, and a quick-moving top of the 8th. Fastball dots the outside corner, 2-2. Monroe trying to get out of this inning unscathed after getting a strikeout and the help by Cullen on the high throw, 1 batter ago. The 2-2. Fastball up and away, 3-2. We're at the top of the 8th. Southeastern leads 8-5. They've led the entire way. Jumped out to a 3-0 lead, led 8-1 after 4. But 2 runs in the 5th and 6th. They've given Bryan a chance here in the 8th. Payoff pitch. Monroe swings and misses. That's a second straight. 1-2-3 inning for Alex Monroe out of the pen. His 3rd strikeout of the night. Sends it to the bottom of the 8th with Southeastern, the top seed, out front 8-5 over the 5-seed Bryan here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. New right fielder in here for the Lions of Bryan is Alex Rollins, replaces Grant Lala. 5, 6, and 7 coming up here for Southeastern in the bottom of the 8th as they look to build on their 8-5 lead. Tip your cap to the 5-seed Bryan. They came in as the darling of the national tournament. Pitch 1 is ball 1 away to Sam Faith, the switch hitting third baseman. Bats as a lefty here. Bryan had to deal with a lot of early season adversity. Second one right back up the middle. Bounces on through. Diving stop is unsuccessful. Coming up the field it will be Greg, the center fielder, excuse me. And a leadoff single here for Sam Faith. He's 3 for 4. That's his first non-home run hit of the night. Just the second hit that Ferguson has allowed since coming in the 4th. And here's Nunez, the shortstop. But to finish that thought on Bryan, they ran into some adversity, didn't win as many games as they would have liked. But remember, they graduated so much talent from a year ago. 4 of their defensive starters, including 3 infielders. And all 4 of those guys had 4 of the top 7 batting averages a year ago for the Bryan offense. And so talking with the folks at BC, they mentioned that it kind of took some pressure off of the BC ball club. They have to live up to the pressure of winning this amount of games or matching the win total from a year ago, as Bryan's been one of the perennial national tournament teams out of the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Ball 1 to Nunez. Checks his swing on a late breaker, 1-1. But it brought some pressure off the ball club, and then they came out and won 3 games in 24 hours to get the second automatic bid after dropping a game to Reinhardt to put them in the loser's bracket. A 4-3 rock fight against Bluefield, and they beat the Eagles twice. Low in the turf, bounces back up towards the mound. Runner stays at first. Count is 2-1. But you just look at out of the resiliency this year out of Bryan. Jumped out to an 8-0 lead over Columbia and actually scored the first 13 runs of the game before it was 9 straight by Columbia before Bryan got the last 2 to win 15-9. 2-1. Inside, 3-1 to Nunez. So it shouldn't come as a complete shock to this Bryan club hanging around with the perennial national title favorite, the 51-3 Southeastern Fire. 3-1, runner stays. There's ball 4. First 2 men have reached base safely here for the Fire in the 8th, leading by 3. First walk allowed by Ferguson. And the batter is the catcher, Luis Cabrera. Actually, excuse me, it will not be Cabrera. It's going to be
It'll be number 5 on the roster, number 6 in person, the big man Shamir Morales, senior out of Puerto Rico. Bunt for Morales, foul third base side. Morales, a .255 average this season. 13 hits and 51 at-bats, a double and 8 driven in. As Morales plays in his 37th game of the season. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Southeastern tries to build on their 8-3, 8-5 lead. A high fly ball into the night sky. Is tracked by Price, the left fielder. Makes the catch, runner's tag. Throw into third, cut off, back over to second. Thrown away, unable to back it up will be Cooper. And this is going to add to the Southeastern lead. 1 run is in on the whipped throw by the shortstop Cahoon. He had a couple of errors earlier today against Columbia, and 1 comes here at an ill-advised time. The Southeastern lead up to 4.
Number 8, Stephen Cohen.
First run given up by Ferguson here tonight. Goes down as an unearned run. After the first 8, all earned, charged to Harvey. Backdoor curveball, inside corner, called for a strike to the righty Cullen. So fly ball by Morales, caught by Price and left. The runner's tag got up to third and second base respectively, and then the throw from Cahoon to try to get the runner at second, soared over Morton's head. Went on the right side of the park as Cooper was unable to get up to it. Swing and a miss by Cullen to the plate, 0-2. And the 9th run is home here for Southeastern. It's their first run since that 5-run smash fest in the bottom of the 4th with 3 homers and an RBI single by Guadalupe. Cullen had one of his homers in that inning. He's 2 for 3. Infield plays in the count, 0-2. Outside corner, got him, looking, and Cullen besides himself as he spins out of the box angrily and throws his left hand on top of his cherry red batting helmet. Second looking strikeout in the matchup of Ferguson v. Cullen. And Zach Dywert pinch hits here for the second baseman, Marcano. Marcano 1 for 3 tonight. Check swing left side to the third baseman, Dryden. Across to first, Cooper's there to make the snag for out number 3. But we head to the 9th with Bryan now down by 4, 9-5 after the throwing error. Pushes the Southeastern lead to 4. They're 3 outs away from a date tomorrow with second seed Northwestern Ohio. That comes up next, the top of the 9th.
Greeks
The
Pizzeria
Trojan
in
Sports
Upland
Network.
opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greeks' specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greeks Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Bryan down to their last 3 outs here in this third game of the day, second one of the afternoon here for the Lions. As they trail 9-5, top of the order up. And Parker Cosby, they face the new man, the right-hander Damian Torres. For Southeastern, fastball is down the heart of the plate for a called strike one to the catcher Cosby. Cosby, Gregg, and then Cahoon to follow. Cosby 1 for 3 with an RBI walk tonight. Off speed, able to find the lower part of the zone. Outside corner, 0-2. A win by Southeastern to remove their record to 52-3 on the season. Bryan trying to get a comeback bid here after falling behind big, 8-1 after 4. Third one away, 1-2. Tip your cap to Trevor Ferguson, the reliever for Bryan College, as the Lions have used minimal men here in this game so far when it could have gotten out of hand in a big way. A little safe swing, bounces left side, foul. Staying alive is Cosby here at the plate. And a new baseball delivered to the righty Torres. Cosby leads it off here in the ninth. The 1-2 pitch. Trying to frame it back across was Morales. He was unsuccessful. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cosby, Gregg, and then Cahoon. 9-5 deficit here for Bryan as they've almost matched the hit total for Southeastern, 10-8. Slow bouncer up the middle. Nunez from short scoops, whips it on the run, and look at that from the former Florida Gator, Isaac Nunez at short. 1 gone in the ninth for Bryan. It was almost as Nunez was just gliding on air as he went behind second base. Then in one smooth motion, picked it up, whipped her to first, and that retires Cosby. That brings up the center fielder Darwin Gregg, 2 for 4 tonight. First pitch is golfed out of play. Right side of the parking lot. RBI single for Gregg back in the 5th. Chases a fastball up high, comes up empty, no balls, 2 strikes. Torres brings that mitt to his mouth, the 0-2 home. Off speed, just misses a looking strike 3 on a breaking ball just below the knees. 1-2. Gregg has reached 3 times safely tonight. The 2 singles and reached on the air by Faith in the 6th. It has been the cleanest night for Southeastern as they've racked up an error tonight. Now this one low, 2-2. But the 5 homers tonight for the Southeastern offense has kept Bryan at bay for the most part. 9-5 deficit for the Lions, 1 gone here in the top of the 9th. 2-2 from Torres, fresh out of the pen. Fastball misses low, and now the count is full. Torres takes over for Alex Monroe, who went 2 innings of scoreless baseball. Retired the side in both the 7th and the 8th, not allowing a hit. 1 on, base is vacant. Payoff to Gregg. Golfs it hard up the right field line. He's got excellent speed, and this should be extra bases for the fleet-footed Gregg. Already his second, thrown in by Guadalupe. That's a 1-out double for Darwin Gregg, his 3rd hit tonight. He's reached base safely in 4 of his 5 plate appearances, and a runner on here for the Lions. And the pinch hitter coming to the plate is number 17, Devin Ogg. Fourth extra base hit of the night. And Og bats out of the 3 spot. This is where we've seen a lot of turnover, both in game 1 from those that take the spot of the 3rd spot in the batting order, even if they don't come up to bat. Inside fastball to the crowding lefty Og, strike 1. Thornhill started at 3rd. Jason Chu pinch hit, played short. Cade Cahoon came in to play defensively at short, and now Og bats out of the 3 spot. He's the 4th different player to occupy the 3 spot in the order here for Bryan tonight. Off speed, just off the outside part of the plate, ball 1. 1 out double has got Greg at second. Cooper, the switch hitting first baseman, waits on deck for the Lions. Torres, the righty out of the stretch, arms extended from his torso. Big cut from Og. He misses and he falls behind 1-2. Fastball there from Torres. 1 gone to the 9th. Bryan down by 4. Winner of this game plays tomorrow at 3:30 against 2-seed Northwestern Ohio, who won their game earlier today, 12-8 over Taylor. The 4th one. Og checks on an upstairs fastball. Good thing he did, because it's ball 2. Torres, the righty, peers in and now comes set out of the stretch. Against the lefty Og, the pinch hitter. 2-2 home. Bounces it in short, 3-2. We've had a lot of exciting games here today. High offensive outputs in the first 2. A ton of offense for Southeastern, and then Bryan has tried to claw their way back after trailing by as many as 7 after the 4th. After 5 home runs belted by Southeastern. Greg with a big old lead off a second, but a fastball blown by the swinging Og. Out number 2, and the last hope is Bass Cooper for the Lions here tonight. That's the 12th strikeout by the Southeastern pitching staff here this evening. And Cooper's the last hope. He's 0 for 4. Greg with a 1-out double stands at second, but there are 2 gone here. Cooper goes after the first one and fouls it to the left and catching the screen. We'll see if Greg wants to take another big lead. Probably will not be as risky with the Lions down to their last out. Second one, little half swing into the air to left. Fuentes charges in, makes the catch off the left shoulder, and that does it. Southeastern able to hold on and come away with a 9-5 victory here tonight. And they move their record to 52-3. Bryan falls to 28-27. The Lions move on to play tomorrow night against the winner of Columbia and Taylor. That game will be at 7 o'clock. Southeastern moves on to take Northwestern Ohio tomorrow at 3:30. We'll take a quick break, come back and look at the post-game stats next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Back here at Winterholder Field, this is the Ivanhoe's post-game show. Southeastern picks up a 9-5 win over the 5-seed Bryan. It moves the Fire record to 52-3 on the season. Bryan falls to 28-27, splitting their first two games here of the opening round. Home runs, a story tonight for Southeastern. Not shy when they're the top offensive team in the country. Came in with 101. They're going to leave the night with 106. 5 home runs belted by Southeastern tonight. 2 from 2 men. Sam Faith with 2 solo shots in the second and the fourth. 2 2-run offerings from Stephen Cullen, also in the second and the fourth. Jose Marcano, the second baseman, the other one to go deep tonight. He went back-to-back with Cullen in the fourth. It was an 8-1 Southeastern lead after 4, and then the Lions came back with 2 runs in the fifth, 2 in the sixth to took a cut down on that breathing room just a little bit. 1 run in the bottom of the 8th for Southeastern built up that final 9-5 margin. Drew Gillespie picks up the win tonight for Southeastern. He moves to a perfect 10-0 on the season. Taking the loss tonight was the starter for Bryan. That was Christian Harvey. He now is at an even 4-4. So here's our schedule for tomorrow for those of you playing with the home game at home. Our first game is our first elimination game of the day. That's the 4-seed Columbia against the 3-seed Taylor. That first pitch comes at high noon. Our first winner's bracket game will feature tonight's winner Southeastern taking on the 2-seed Northwestern Ohio. That game's at 3:30. Neither team will be eliminated. The winner moves on to the championship game Wednesday night. The loser will play in our first game on Wednesday. Our final game of the night will pit tonight's Bryan Lions, the 5-seed. They'll play their third game in 2 days. They take on the winner of 4-seed Columbia and the 3-seed Taylor to round out day 2 of action here from Upland, Indiana. Special thanks to McKenna Ricker, our on-site producer, the executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network. Even though he's out coaching golf and hopefully the Trojans bring home a national title over in Illinois, that is, of course, the talented Cameron Andre. Our final score here in our final game of the night, top seed Southeastern takes down 5-seed Bryan 9-5 to end our action here on day 1. Full set of 3 games tomorrow, start at noon. All for you here, all for you live, all for you in HD, and in living color. Here on the Trojan Sports Network, here on YouTube. We'll talk to you tomorrow for our first elimination of the game of the day. It'll be 4-seed Columbia and the 3-seed Taylor coming up here at noon from Winterholder Field here in scenic Upland, Indiana. This has been a presentation of NAIA Baseball and a part of the Upland Opening Round bracket here on the Trojan Sports Network. Until we talk to you tomorrow, we say goodnight from Upland, Indiana.